Hello, guys. Welcome back. I'm your host, Lennox Sanape, and today we're going to be doing a bit of troubleshooting in Docker. So, what that's going to include is a bit of networking, some port mapping. We're going to be operating in the Docker logs command as we were speaking on in the previous video. And without further ado, let's get started. So, the last video that we were working on, we were actually creating this image and deploying it into a Docker container, exposing it, and as you guys remember, if you come up here, we went through the DNS, put it on 8082, and we were able to get to our website, right? Very successful, very efficient, very easy. But sometimes you may encounter issues. So let's go over a few commands, right? So we already know we have our container here. This is our container name here. This is our container ID. So if you want to stop a container, right? Let's say you need to bring it down, make updates, whatever. You would do docker stop and then the container name. All right. And once it spits it back out to you, you know the container has been stopped. Alternatively, if you want to start the container, you would do docker start and then you would start the container. Right? Spits it back out to you. Well, let's do stop again so you can see that the container did go away. All right. So Docker stop. Now we do Docker PS. You see the container is no longer there. And if you were to come here and refresh, you would see we're unable to connect. Right? Alternatively, if you were to do Docker start, all right, come here, and you see we're back online. All right. So we're going to go ahead and stop it. All right. All right, so we know the container. Let's verify the container is stopped. We don't see it there anymore. That's perfect. Let's clean our screen. All right, all right, and let's go to our folder. All right, and we were in the Python Jenkins project. Let's make sure we navigate there. Clean our screen. And what we want to do is we want to do the command docker compose down. This is going to bring all the services down. That way we can continue performing. So as you can see, the container was removed, the network was removed. Perfect, right? Now let's go to Docker images. All right, and we're going to remove the Python chicken image that we created. So this command will be docker rmi followed by the name of the image. All right. As you can see, the image was removed. So let's go ahead and verify that it was removed. And as you can see, the Python Jenkins project image is no longer there. All right, so now we're in the directory. Let's navigate to the compose file. All right, so we went over nano, and nano is how you edit files within the terminal, right? You have a few different options. You got Vim, you got VI, but today, since we have nano installed, we're going to be using nano. So real quick, let's clear our screen. ls, and we're going to nano into our compose file. All right, and as you can see, you can edit it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the port number. All right. So real quick before we do that, the issue that we're going to create and we're going to fix is we're actually going to sit the Python Jenkins project on the same port as a different container. All right. So that way we'll be able to see, okay, we run into an issue, what does it look like and how do we fix it? So let's see, we have a few different ports sitting here. All right, let's see, let's sit it on send it on. Let's see, what's running on here? The job fetcher is running here. Let's set it on 8,000, right? Set it on 8,000 and see what happens. So, all right. So nano compose into the YAML file, and we're gonna set 8082 onto 8,000. All right. So now we're gonna same command as before. Docker compose up dash dash build dash D. All right. So what this is going to do is actually going to build the image, and it's going to also deploy the image into a Docker container, all in one command. All right. And as you can see, we have an error message here. Failed to set up container networking, driver failed, connectivity on endpoint, right? Buying for 8,000 failed, port is already allocated. All right. So as you can see, the image was never created because it's actually on a port that's already used, which we can determine that when we look here. When we look here. All right. The links dot is already sitting on 8,000, so it won't allow us to build a container because it's conflicting ports. All right. So the way that we fix that is we're going to go here and we're going to go back into the compose file. Once we recognize that, and we're going to switch this back to 8082, and then we'll see what happens. All right. All right. So now let's run that command again, and we'll see what happens this time. As you can see, we didn't receive any error message. Let's go to Docker images, and you see the image was created. And then let's go to Docker PS, and we see the container was created as well. Now, we don't know if the container is up yet, so what we're going to do is go to Docker logs, followed by the container name, and let's make sure that everything is working. So a lot of times you'll run into errors, or if you have a Let's Encrypt, which we spoke about in the last video, it may still be doing some work here, right? So you'll have to go to Docker logs, check, see what's going on, and as we can see, it looks like everything was successful. So let's go back in and let's see if we refresh. It comes up. And just an extra troubleshooting step to make sure it's not your cache that's giving you the problem. Let's go to Python. All right. 8082. And we can access it. So just some simple troubleshooting steps that you may run into whenever configuring Docker containers, right? So you always want to make sure that whatever you're deploying is sitting on its own port. All right. And that's pretty much it for today. A little bit of networking today, a little bit of Docker today. Very easy, very efficient, very successful that we were today. All right, we'll go over more troubleshooting steps in the near future. But for now, I'm your host, Onyx Anape. That was it for today. Make sure you tune into the next video. Like, share, and subscribe. And get into that terminal and make sure you're doing some work, all right?